Good evening, everyone. Welcome back on the Speaker Show. I still remain your one and only host, Niniola Fatai. Thank you all for joining me tonight on the Speaker Show. Now, for some of you who are just joining for the first time, the Speaker Show is a place of inspiration, motivation, where minds are being liberated through reasoning. So we inspire, we motivate, we counsel, we coach, we support individuals, with their dreams, with their aspiration. Like I've always said that, on this platform, we believe very strongly that each and everyone has been created for something very special. So, in order for you to experience it, you need the right platform, you need the right people, you need the right environment. And that's even going to align with what we're going to be talking about tonight, which I am very, very super excited about. All right. So, like I said, my name is Nini Olafatai, and I'm the host of the Speaker Show. So tonight, we won't take much time tonight. I've got something really short to just tell us, and that's just for us to kickstart, for the next week. And next week we're gonna be having some great, great things that's gonna be happening right here, which I don't want each and every one of you to miss. I want you to be part of it. It's gonna be a life changing moment. So all right. So without talking much about that, and then getting into what we want to talk about tonight, you know, I've titled this timing. And like I said, I'm just going to really brief about it. We won't go into details tonight, but I just want us to talk about timing. What do you understand by timing? Moment, meet, preparation, like people always say, and you just click into it and then everything just happened for you just like that. All right. So there's some certain things I would like us to actually even talk about, when we talk about timing. For me, I believe very strongly that timing is like it's like you're in a moving season. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? Um, think about it this way. Timing is not just about a clock or a calendar. It's about you just align, your dreams, your visions, at the right moment or with the right moment. You know, Life is like a song. Like they always say. At first when someone told me about that, I thought in my mind, I'm like, what do you mean by life is like a song? You know, but the reality is that it is true. Because even the most beautiful melody sounds wrong if it's played at the wrong beat, or if it is played with the wrong beats. Do you understand? So even a beautiful song. So that's to tell you that life is like a song. Like the soundtrack, it has to go, it has to go with the beats, the music itself. Everything has to sound the same, together. That way, it can influence people, people can be captivated by the song. Many dreams fail not because the ideas are bad, or maybe because they don't know what to do, but it is just because the action was taken at the wrong time. So think about it this way, like all the things that you want to do for yourself, think about it that the timing matches the moment. What do you think is going to happen? You're going to get a tremendous result. You're going to get a great result. That's the reality about it. So, but imagine if the time wasn't meeting the moment. Have you ever had times like that? And it seems like the things it's not just working, but the reality is that it's not going to work. You need to understand the importance of working in moment, and timing has to do with moment. If you can click that in your head, if you can click that, trust me, your life is going to be at ease. And I realized something that most times people fail, you know not because they couldn't do better, not because they don't know, but it's just because they can't connect the truth, with what they're just thinking or imagining in their head, the reality. If you can match them together, I think you're going to have an amazing and a beautiful lifestyle. So, and that's why I want you to sit down and relax with me this evening as we're gonna be diving into the timing. Let's know more about timing. Let's see how we can correlate the two together, timing and moment, and then let's see how we can go out there and be a better person. You might have been doing it wrongly and think you were doing it right, which is okay. It's never too late. You can still make right choices. You can still go back and then see where you are, what point you are at the present time in your life, and that way that you can change some certain things. You can change some certain things in your life. All right, so I just want you to understand something tonight, that timing is very, very precious. Very, very precious. If you're in this part of the world, if you're in Canada, abroad, in the state like US, UK, you will understand that timing is very, very important. We've got winter, we've got spring, we have summer, we have fall. Then you realize that, trust me, if you're putting on summer dress in the winter, what do you think is gonna happen? You're gonna freeze. You're gonna get cold. That's the reality. And then you can put winter clothes on during summer because you're gonna be extremely hot. You're gonna kill yourself. So if you're in that part of the world, you will understand the importance of timing. Timing is very, very important. And the truth is that we see these things every day. We go through them every day, but we don't apply it into our own life. So if you can start applying it into your own lives now, then you will realize that you can make better choices. You can do better at whatever you're doing right now, or whatever you're looking to do. You can do better. So let us cultivate this habit of practicing the things that we see, especially meaningful things that can make a magnificent change positively in our lives. That will take us very, 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 very far away. So like I said, that timing is not just about a clock or a calendar. It is just about you align your action, your dreams with the right moment. And how can you go about that? I'm going to be sharing that with you tonight. Okay. So please, 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 we're still here. Relax and let's talk about this. Now, take for example, imagine planting a seed in the middle of winter. What do you think is going to happen? It won't grow. No matter how much water, no matter the sunlight you give to it, no matter, even you put fertilizer, you do all you can in order for it to grow, nothing is going to happen. Why? It's simply because it's not the right moment, it's not the right season. So it's not going to grow. So the same thing goes out to you. Your visions, your dreams. You might have the right ideas, right passion. You're passionate about that thing that you want to do. You have the right vision. You have it laid out in your mind. If somebody wake you up in the middle of the night, you can go through it and tell them this is this is what I want to do. And at the end of the day, if the timing is off, the impact will be limited. That's one thing I want you to keep at the back of your mind. So you need to understand your life. You need to understand yourself. You need to understand so many things are tied into these things that we take for granted. You need to figure out your own self and see what works for you and see how you can merge the timing with the moment. And that way it can, you can have a positive result at whatever you aspire to do. Right timing, I call this, in my own way, I call right timing as a force multiplier. That's what I call it. That's just the simple definition I put for it. Because if the time is right, oh my goodness, you're going to be amazed at the result that you're going to get. But if the timing is not right, you're just going to label and label and label and label. And, it will be like one is laboring in vain. So you need to understand it takes your effort and makes it, and it counts more, it counts more when you understand what your life, the circle of your life. This is personal. Timing is personal. I'm telling you. You need to figure out how it works for you. What the pros and the cron and everything, you got to figure it out. Let's take for example, like think about like an athletic for example. Okay, they don't just want to run aimlessly. For example, they wait for the start gun, and as soon as that comes up, what do you think it's going to happen? They pick up and run. And because, it was the right time, that means like, acting in the right moment, it turns effort into an influence, into good results, you know. So don't just be active. That's where I'm going. That's what I want you to understand, that don't just be active, but be strategic, about when you move. What when the time is right. You need, see, that's why I told you that it is personal. Timing is personal. And if you can understand that, you are going to excel. You're going to do well at everything. Why do you think people that cause so much controversies, why do you think they do that? They look for the right moment. Why do you think musicians, they drop music at a particular time? They aim towards right moments. Then they drop it and it become a hit. And everybody's excited about it, listening to it, doing this back and forth, back and forth. So you need to be able to tap into that with your life. And if you can do that, like I said, that you are going to win. You're going to win, and everybody's going to be amazed, and they will think as if you use some magic, or you use something that nobody knows about. And the reality is that it's just because you follow the principle, the rules of life that pertains to you. So please, I'm encouraging you this evening that timing, it creates impact when it is being done at the right time. When it collide with when it meets moment, it create a great result. The outcome is wonderful. So the next thing that I want to tell us this evening, is, and I talk about this, this is when, because we can talk about timing without talking about preparation. Okay, even though I know that I've mentioned these, I've talked about these 1,000 times on the show, but the reality is that we cannot talk about timing without talking about preparation, because preparation is very important. When you prepare for long, when the moment comes, you are able to click in. It's like the same example that I gave about the athlete, about the musician, somebody who has been writing song for so long, and at the end of the day, when the moment clicks in, they release it. And you think as if it was just one day they wrote the song. It's not one day. They've been practicing for so long. So preparation is very, very important. Treat preparation as an opportunity in your life that will knock tomorrow's door. If you can understand that, honestly, you, oh my God, you're going to see a great result, honestly speaking. So you need to treat preparation rightly. Prepare at every time. Prepare. Do all you can. If you need to go to school, if you need to study more, even prepare, because you never know, an opportunity can happen tomorrow, and somebody might be like, I have this position, and I'm just looking for who can click into it. But if you're not prepared, what do you think is going to happen? You won't fit in. Even if the opportunity is staring at you, nothing is going to happen. You won't be the right fit for it. But you're ready at any given time. What do you think is going to happen? They won't even think twice because the opportunity will be presented to you. So please don't take your time for granted. Timing is important. Stop wasting your time on things that are irrelevant. Some people will sit down, watch TV 24 hours, do nothing. After they watch TV, they go to bed, they sleep, TV, sleep, TV, sleep. That's all they do. There's nothing tangible that they're doing about their lives. And I'm here to encourage you this evening that you need to get out of those things. You need to be active. You need to do something. Make yourself relevant, make yourself useful, and be useful to yourself. You don't even need to worry about others. Some people are so and I'm telling you reality. It's not even me just saying it. I'm telling you from the things that I have seen with people that I've sat with, that I've talked to. And the reality is always staring at us at every single time. Don't waste your time. Time is precious. Time is valuable. Whatever you miss today is gone. You're going to have to replace it with tomorrow. And tomorrow has its own purpose. Tomorrow, 24 hours, it has its own purpose. It had its own time. So if you miss today, you know what you're going to do? You're going to replace tomorrow with it. And by the time you replace tomorrow, the next tomorrow, you're going to replace it with tomorrow. And what do you think is going to happen? You're going to keep shifting, 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 shifting. And this is why people don't see results in their lives. This is why people don't see change in their life. Nothing. So minimize how you spend your time, what you spend your time on, or what you spend your time with. You need to understand all these things, because when you understand them, then life will become easy for you. Life will become easy. And another thing that I want to tell you this evening is this: that every season, it has its own purpose. Every season has its own purpose. And this also has to do with our lives. What do I mean by that? Take, for example, the spring. The spring is for planting. That's when people plant. That's when, you see people, putting things out, just because they know that's the right timing. Summer is for growth. People grow in summer. Why? Because they're able to go out, they're able to do this, they're able to connect. There's so many things going on. And fall is for harvest. That's the time to harvest. And winter, the beautiful time that most people don't like, is for rest and restoration. If you can understand this four season and you can apply that logic into your life, see what's going to happen. Give yourself 6 months and practice this. Give yourself 6 months and see what your life is going to be. You cannot rush the harvest before the planting. Keep that at the back of your mind. And you cannot skip the growth season. Many people compare themselves to others without them even realizing that they are in different season. They are in different time. Your race is different from my race. Your timing is different from my timing. And that's why I said to you earlier on that timing is personal. It's nothing to be compared to others. You can't live your life based on others. No. It's personal to you alone. Your friend may be in harvest time while you are in the planting time. You need to understand. You need to get your mind right. If you can get your mind right and you understand the importance of this fourth season and you apply it in your life, I keep saying this. See the result that you are going to get. Don't be frustrated in your home planting season. Don't be, because it's okay. It's okay. it well. Put in your best. Don't just do it casually. Take your life very seriously. Stop wasting your time. Because when you sow it well, then you know what's going to happen. Your harvest will come in abundance later. Not that moment, but when you wait for the timing, it will come at the right time and you will harvest abundantly. So it's it's important that you understand your journey. It is important that you understand your race. It is important that you understand your purpose, that you know your purpose. See, if you can connect all these things together, honestly, you're going to have a great life. So please be contented. Don't look at others. Don't look. See, in my culture, they always say that, don't look at other people's watch. Don't look at that. Focus on your own self. Focus on the growth. Focus on what you are doing right now. If that person is doing well, they're reigning, they're doing great, it's okay. It's fine. Be happy for them. Know fully well that your time is coming because you are in your planting season. You need to understand all this because if you understand all this, oh my goodness, the results, oh my God, you know, people are going to keep asking you that, what did you do? How did you do it? And another thing that I want to tell you this evening is this: when you are working with time, it is important that you become and train yourself to be a patient person because patience will protect you. Patience will protect you. You need to understand that rushing into things often leads to mistake. It wastes your energy, your emotions, they are burned out. Because why? You are not patient. Patience is not you being lazy. Understand that. See, many, you need to understand your journey. When you understand your journey, what I'm telling you will make sense to you. I don't know who is listening to me. I don't know who needs to hear this, but I'm telling you that when you understand, when you take the time to study yourself, to know who you are, to get familiar with yourself, you will understand some certain things about yourself. And I'm glad we have this show to help you through and navigate through the journey. Patience is not you being lazy, it is wisdom. Because you know, we can take a cake, for example. Think of a cake. Take it out of the oven too soon. What do you think is gonna happen? It's gonna collapse. If you take it out from the oven too soon, it's gonna fall apart. But when you take it out at the right time, it's solid. It comes out good. It tastes good. The waiting season is often, most time the most frustrating time in one's life. And I understand that, which is okay. It is the most frustrating time that people don't have the patience to go through. But if you can go through it, if you can be patient enough, you will realize that that time is also the season to strengthen you. It's also the season for you to grow. It's also the season for you to test yourself. It is where you develop discipline. You develop maturity. You develop clarity in your journey. By the time the door opens for you, then you will not just walk through it. You will own the room. You will own the room. Write it down. Write it down. You will own the room because it will be your time. So understand this very well. I want you to understand it very well. Delayed, which it's a common word. It's a common word, but I just don't want you to just hear some certain things because that's what we do. We hear and we take them casually. We don't take them seriously. Delaying gratification. It is not. It is not denial. That's one thing I want you to understand. That it is not a denial. It is the best time of your life. Hmm. You see those gratification. You just need to hone it. You need to hone it. I'm telling you, you need to hone those moments in your life. It is the preparation for the best time that you're working on. Keep that at the back of your mind. And the last thing that I want to share with us tonight, because if I keep on if I sit here, I'm not gonna let you guys go. Because this is very important, because people have been misled. People have taken wrong informations. People have listened to wrong things, wrong ideas, and their mind has been manipulated. And that's why, so many people are out there with great potentials, with great goals, with great visions. And at the end of the day, nothing is happening in their lives. So you can change your life because it is not too late. You can still get it together and still get it right. And the last thing that I want to share with us this evening, the last thing I want to share with us is, and it's very, very important, that your timing, it requires awareness. And what do I mean by that? Opportunities really arrive with a flashing, or maybe, with, you know, it won't tell you, opportunity won't tell you that, oh, I'm here, grab me. Opportunity won't tell you that. It won't say, yeah, pam, 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 knocking at your door. I've come to you today. Are you going to take me or you're not going to take me? Opportunity is not going to come like that. They often come in disguised as a small package, humble opening. And I'll tell you that in order for you to understand this, the precious gift, the precious key to this is awareness. If you can be aware of your surroundings, of your time, of yourself. See, that's why I said you need to know who you are. You need to understand yourself. If you can understand yourself, your life is going to be easy. A constant readiness in your mind and in your spirit, it takes you far. The people understand this, and I believe very strongly that the people who seems to always catch the wave aren't necessarily smarter or intelligent or better. You need to understand that they are just simply paying attention to the awareness, to the moment, to the time. They recognize the pattern. They listen to their intuition and they act quickly when they sense it is their moment. And that's the place that you need to get to in your life. That's the place that you need to connect to. You need to be in your life. I'm telling you, if you can follow the things that I've shared this evening, and you practice it and you walk with it, give yourself 6 months. and you're gonna see that you're gonna be amazed at the result that you're gonna see. You're gonna come back and say, wow, you just need to follow them. But most importantly, before I go, because I know, like I said, that if I keep sitting down here, but anyways, that's the beauty of the show. Like I've always said, the beauty, the beauty, the beauty, the beauty of the show. So I just want to tell you something, and I want to leave something with you tonight. That timing is everything, but you must also be, hmm, you must also be everything in time. Prepared, patient, awareness, paying attention. You may feel like nothing is happening right now in your life, but when the moment comes, it will be like a lighting. Suddenly, it just powered on. It will be a powerful moment. Hmm. And it will be impossible to ignore. So tonight, I just want you to go home, or you leave this show understanding, understanding that you have the power to transform your life. That you have the capacity to bring the best out of you. And you can, you can. And all you have to do, just work on your timing. Work on your timing. Work on your timing. The best is yet to come. You haven't seen anything. You only see what's going on around your friends. You're complaining. If you focus on yourself, you will be elevated. You will be elevated. You will be part of the people that they will talk about, because you have done the work secretly when no one is watching, when no one is staring at you, when no one is paying attention to you. You have done the work. And when your harvest come, you will reap it well. And I just want to say, thank you everyone for joining me on the speaker show. It's been a lovely evening. I'm happy. I'm happy to be here, and I just want to tell you that you all are amazing. You all are wonderful. You all are wonderful. Just keep doing what you're doing. Don't let friends, don't let anybody hold you back. Don't let anybody manipulate your mind. Go out there. Do the best that you can, but don't live an average life. Say to yourself that you don't want an average life. Desire more. Desire more. Don't limit yourself. There's so much that you can do. So why would you place limitation on yourself? Why would you tell yourself this is how far you can go when you can reach for more, when you can stretch? So, anyways, I just want to say thank you everyone for joining me on the speaker show. I appreciate you guys. And most importantly, please, before you go, share these videos with your friends and family. Let's share with them. You never know what people are going through. You don't know what they need presently in their lives. And if you are listening and you're not helping others, it's unfair. So please share the video. Let him be an impact. of what's going on. So please share. And also for our new members who are just watching us, who are just joining us, which is okay, we welcome you. But please subscribe, and click on the notification button and come and have an amazing time with us. We are always here every Friday, 7 p.m. We're always here. So join us live. We're gonna be having a great time next week. And I can't wait because we've got something special. All right. So without that being said, I just want to say, I just wish each and every one of you a very wonderful evening. Have a great time, with yourself, with your family, with anyhow you want to do it. Just have a great time, and then I'll see you guys next week. Thank you, and I remain your host, your one and only Nina Lafatai. Thank you all for joining me tonight, and I will see you next week. Bye for now. Bye.